Good evening, everyone. Welcome to DMR ranking race one. Yeah, we just opened our YouTube channel, and I guess we have some content from the get-go. So we are doing DMR rankings in our DMR team, and really it's just for some fun competition and just to have some sort of what I would say some sort of ranking and have the guys have a chance to see who they can beat and who they can get ahead of. So yeah, we essentially have this ranking system set up where every DMR team member basically sets times on daily races, and 3 out of your 4 best times over the month determine where you're going to start on the grid for the DMR ranking race for the month. So yeah, the guys have been really busy the last 4 weeks in January, setting times and getting things going for this race and trying to get themselves on some sort of grid position. Essentially, there is no qualifying for the race. Your qualifying is the qualifying that you do in your daily races. So we take everyone up and see where they ranked in those qualifications, and that determines the grid order for the DMR ranking race. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Our first internal competition, I would say. And yeah, the first race of the evening is at Interlagos. So I guess the reason we chose Interlagos is because everyone spent so much time on Interlagos in the beginning of January, essentially trying to set seating times for LNR. So we thought it may be a good track to use as our first ranking race. In our ranking races, we're going to have 2 pools, pool 1 and pool 2. So we just cannot fit all the drivers in a single pool, and that's essentially why. And yeah, so let's look at race 1, Interlagos, in Group 3 cars. The cars that are allowed to be used, we have a pretty much a set range of manufacturers that the guys can choose from, and that is VW, Viper, Subaru, Genesis, and the Peugeot RCZ. The reason we've chosen these particular manufacturers is these were the OP cars during the daily race earlier in January. And yeah, we thought we'll give the guys a set choice, and they have to use one of those cars in the race tonight. So apart from that, the guys have the option of using racing softs, racing mediums, and racing hards. Mandatory tires are racing mediums and racing hards, so they have to use mediums and hards in the race. It's their choice to use racing soft. But we've put a little bit of a spin on it. The drivers have to use a minimum of 8 laps with mediums and a minimum of 5 laps with hards. So we'll see what the guys do and how they stretch it out. But essentially, we have a 38 lap race, so it should take us about an hour. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. We didn't want short races. We want to do a little bit longer races and see how the guys do. Yeah, and time of day will be the default time of day, and tire wear times 3 and fuel wear times 3. So should be make for some interesting racing. The race, we wanted to live stream this. We cannot live stream it. We only opened up the YouTube channel today, and YouTube have this weird thing where you have to have a channel for 24 hours before you can live stream. So I'm recording this live and I'll upload this live, but essentially this first race isn't necessarily live live streamed. Cool, so let's look at the pools for this evening. The first race is going to be with Pool 2 drivers. So our drivers in Pool 2 today is DMR Dark Fox 1, Mr. Paul. He just didn't make it into the Pool 1 with his qualifying times in daily races. So just missed out on that, but he's right up there, so he'll be starting first or in pole position on the grid. Then we have Vashi, or who, well, we call him Vashi. His PSN DMR Vashino YouTube or YT. So Vashi's just been taking a little bit of a break from leagues at the moment, but he's still going to be driving in our internal comp, which is pretty cool. Then we have, I think, our oldest driver, Mr. Louis Lom in DMR. He is, I think he's our oldest driver, but he's definitely improved sixfold since he joined DMR. So it's really exciting to have him here. Then we have our academy admin, or our academy, I would say, yeah, admin coach, Mr. Wolfman Willie. So he helps out all our academy drivers. He has also just increased in pace over the last couple of months, and yeah, always willing to help out the guys. Then we have one of our OGs in DMR, Mr. Ken Dog, who's basically been with us since the start. Before we even had DMR, we had Team Lexus or Team Datsun. I can't remember which one was first. And then we had Team Lexus. We were doing FIA events, and Ken Dog joined us from then, which kind of molded into this DMR team. And yeah, he's just been with us from the start. Then we have DMR Jafil, which is Dwayne. He is a new DMR driver. Himself and Tyler Yui joined DMR last month, so very excited to have them on the team. Then we have our DMR backmarker. Not much to say there. I don't think Mr. Malose is a backmarker anymore. He's more of a mid-pack driver, in my opinion now. So yeah, we'll see if he decides to change his name anytime soon. Then we have DMR Pitmeister, who's also been with us pretty much from the start, and also one of our guys that are on controller still, and just enjoys his racing. Then we have our two newcomers to the DMR team, literally joined this week, and that is DMR Dan the Man and DMR Zivan. So very excited to have them on the team. Both of them are really quick. We see a lot of potential in these guys, so hopefully we can help them out and make them faster than that. So yes, that's basically our drivers for Pool 2. We'll go through Pool 1 drivers later. I'm going to be heading on into the lobby shortly because the race is about to start, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's head on to that. I just seeing now that mechanical damage is also on heavy, so any driver that gets bad mechanical damage will have to go into the pits to fix it. So that is going to make for some interesting racing, I think. Cool, in the lobby, let's see if everyone is here. Dark Fox 1, Vashi, Louis Lom, Kendog, Yafil, Backmarker, Pitmeister, Zivan, Wolfman and Dan the Man are there, so that is awesome. Let's quickly go on track and see the guys on tracks. I know that Wolfman is probably getting everyone ready. Yeah, everyone's concerned about the heavy damage, but we'll see how that goes. See some of the cars the guys are using. Foxy, using that very nice Fox livery for his Subaru, looking really cool. WRX GR3. I didn't mention that this is a GR3 race, or maybe I did, I'm not sure. But yeah, Foxy in his Subaru. He should be starting on pole anyway, because we have a set grid list, so that'll be interesting. He should have a good getaway with that Subaru as well. Then Mr. Louis Lom opting for the Peugeot, which will be super interesting. I battle with this car, but it is apparently really good around this track, so we'll see how that goes. Mr. Vashino opting for the Hyundai, it looks like. Yes, it is. So yeah, nice Samsung livery going on there. The OG himself, Mr. Ken Dog. I see him mostly in Volkswagen anyway, so it's not a surprise to see Ken Dog in the Beetle. I know he likes his Volkswagen with these nice DMR Pace Motorsports livery. And Pietmeister also opting for the Hyundai in his LNR livery, I believe. Looking really cool. Zivan Legits, what is he opting for? Also the Subaru. So yeah, a couple of Subarus. We've only seen one Peugeot so far. Jafil. I see these guys. Let me quickly type to them. I don't think they know that I am streaming, so I can tell him to start. Yeah, okay. Just some confusion there. Let me just tell Willie I'm recording. Okay, cool. Race start. Let's see how this goes. We didn't get through all the cars, but yeah, a good mix of cars. 2 GTRs, 1 Beetle. Oh, there are 2 RCZs. Okay, interesting. Yeah, all races, rolling starts. We just thought we don't want to create havoc in T1, so let's see how this goes. Off we go, Mr. DMR Fox, keeping it clean in the first corner. Everyone seeming to keep it clean. Well done, gentlemen. Peter under a lot of pressure from Dan and Zivan. Dan and Zivan had to start from the back because they never did qualifying for the series. So they're both really quick drivers, so I wouldn't be surprised if one of them win this race. Heading back to the front. Foxy keeping it clean there. Starting to pull a little bit of a gap. Ooh, Vashi under a lot of pressure from Mr. Louis Lom. Louis is also just increasing pace so much over the last 6 months, I would say. Wolfman falling back a bit under a lot of pressure from our designated back marker, who's deciding not to play the back marker role tonight. Oh, Malose looks like he's pulling it off. Will he pull it off? Yeah, it looks like it. And I see that Dan the man. Oh, no, he hasn't yet. Let's go back to 8th. Zivan, yeah, should be passing Peter soon. Ken Dog falling back a little bit. Really liking his livery. But something definitely happened to old Dan. What happened, Dan? I don't know if we can get a replay of that. No, can't go back that far. Okay. We'll go back then. Foxy still in P1. And Vashi doing really well to keep Mr. Louis Lom still behind him. So really good to see there. Nice Vashi. But Louis putting him under all sorts of pressure right now. Ooh. Something happened to Foxy there. Let's see if we caught that. Ah, he's been... I think he is just burning his penalty. But they've got a considerable lead now to backmarker. Like we said, there are a whole bunch of different tires being used in this race, so I have no idea who's on what. I guess we can quickly check that. Let me just display all over here. Backmarker on mediums. Let's start in the front. Louis Lom on softs, so he's pretty quick right now and managed to overtake Vashi, so good to see. Vashi also on softs and now overtaking Mr. Louis Lom. Guys pushing it as hard as they can. A reminder that the guys have to do a minimum of 8 laps on mediums and I think 5 laps on hards. Foxy also running on softs, so yeah, they're just pulling away from the group right now. Let's see where Jaffield is, because looks like he's picked up a position. He's on hard, so doing well on a hard stint right now. Mr. Backmarker on his mediums, closely followed by Dan the Man. So Dan the Man's picked up considerable pace, also on softs, so he decided to start on softs. Who do we have next? Wolfman Willie started on hards. Okay, so yeah, we can see the guys on the hards are falling to the back of the pack. Ken Dog starting on mediums. And Peter starting on mediums as well. And lastly, Mr. Zivan on hards. But he's got some damage, so he may need to go into the pits to fix that. Not sure what happened there. Is he going to pit? No, he's decided he's going to carry on driving. Cool, back to the front. Still as close as it can be. But this time it doesn't look like Vashi is close enough to pass Mr. Louis Lom. But these guys keeping it pretty clean here in front. Yeah, Dan the Man is on fire right now, putting in fastest laps. But these three are also just slowing each other down with the battling that's going on. But Jafil and Dan the Man are on their way, that's for sure. Alright, so Dan the Man pretty close to Jafil. Dan needs to put in some good laps since he's on his soft, so he doesn't want to miss out on a soft stint. Keeping it clean, it seems. Nice Dan. Backmarker still in his mid-pack position with his mediums, so doing pretty good on those mediums right now. I've got no idea what the strategies are going to be with it being such a long race. Who knows? It looks like Ken Dog managed to pass Wolfman Willie. and keeping it clean. Ooh, and Peter going really wide there. Probably going to pick up quite a number of penalties. We know how Interlagos is with penalties on that curb. If you touch that AstroTurf, you know you have a 1 second penalty at least. Zivan's still struggling with that damage, but I think he just wants to finish that 5 laps of hards, which it looks like he is doing. So he's probably going to come into the pits now, and I'm sure he'll be really relieved to get that damage sorted out. But he's still keeping pretty close to Pitmeister, so not doing too bad with that damage. Back to the front, and these guys are still all on top of each other. Close racing, all on softs. Louis doing a good job of... oh yeah, I'm seeing a couple of guys go in the pits. So everyone that was on hard seems like they are getting those off straight away. Good to see old Vecino doing so well in the race, since we know he's not been racing that much in the last couple of months. I'm just really curious on how long these guys are gonna stay on softs. Ooh. Foxy almost losing it there. And Dan the Man is catching up. So let's go back and see where Zivan is. Yeah, opting for his medium stint now, so he's just taking it easy. He's probably got the best strategy right now. He's got no one ahead of him, so he can just put in the laps, gain time without battling with anyone. Peter on his mediums, so he's probably still going to do 2 more laps. Really love that DMR livery right there. Back to the leaders. Looks like Louis is starting to pull a little bit of a gap to Vashi and Foxy. And Vashi pulling a substantial gap to Fox, so I'm not sure if something happened to Fox. Dan the Man is catching up quick. He was 6 seconds behind just now and putting in another purple sector, so he is flying at the moment. Back to Mr. Backmarker, and he is being chased by Kendog, and Kendog does look like he's catching up, so Kendog doing a little bit better on those mediums than Malose is doing at the moment. So Jafil also went to pits after his hards, so he's on his mediums. Just means they're going to end the race with soft tires, which is going to be interesting. I'm not sure if any of the guys opted to rather double stint, maybe a hard set or a medium set, and reduce the time in the pits. I'm not sure if it's viable for this race. We'll just have to wait and see. Willie at the back there, he's also on racing softs, so I'm not sure if he's spun out. He actually changed tires. Yeah, he was probably on hards, I guess, then. Now on softs, obviously opting to do his medium stint a little bit later. Get a view of Wolfman Willie catching up to Peter. Should catch him. Peter is on mediums, I believe. Also burning a little bit of his penalty there. And Wolfman Willie looking like he's fuel saving as much as he can right now. Did a lap time of a 31.8, which is just 4 cents off the fastest currently, so definitely quick right now. And they're managing to pass Peter, so yeah, Wolfman doing what he needs to do. I want to go back to Zivan and see how he's doing. Okay, yeah, he's catching up really quick now that he has no damage and is on a little bit of a quicker tire. Ooh, Kendog right on the back of Backmarker. Backmarker going to pit now, so he was obviously on mediums. Kendog on his mediums right now, and Jafil on fire with his mediums. About to overtake. Will he do it? No. Maybe. A little bit of rubbing over there, but I think Jafil has what it takes to pass Kenny. This VGT GTI Volkswagen is pretty quick around Interlagos. Kenny doing well with his defending there, keeping the inside line. And keeping the inside line for the next corner, which you always need on this track. If you ever take that outside line, that's just not possible. Ooh, Jafil managing. Well done, Jafil. So, yeah, his only problem right now is he is 14 seconds behind Dan the Man, but Dan the Man is on softs, and, well, all the front runners started on softs there. So, yeah, Jafil actually probably in a really good position right now. Back to Louis, still keeping that over second gap to Vashi. Ooh, some guys already pitting on softs. So, is the softs lifespan only 10 laps? It looks like it, but Louis' tires still look pretty good for 10 laps. Ooh. Foxy, where is he? There he is. Opting to go on hards now, so he's going to do a quick five lap stint, I'm sure. What did Dan the Man decide? Okay, so Dan's decided to get onto softs again. I'm guessing he's going to leave his slower compounds for the end of the race. And it just puts Jafil right back in there. I think he started on hards, so hards are now mediums, which means if he's only 3 seconds behind Dan the Man, yeah, he has some good potential to pass Dan. But Dan is still really on fire, coming from last place, so we'll see where that takes us. Someone right at the back there. How's Ivan doing? Ooh, Peter is far back. I'm guessing he had an incident. Let's see if we can find. Okay, so that happened before then. No idea what happened there. Back to the leaders. Vashi stretching those tires just as Louis is. And Dan the Man taking Foxy. Let's see if we caught that. Yeah. That VGT is quick on the straights, man. And Foxy also being on the really slow tire. So I think it was a little bit expected. But if Foxy can put in a good stint here with these hards, it will probably help him in the end. I wonder if he's going to be going on mediums after this. Very curious who's going to be doing the last laps on mediums. The nice thing about this these guidelines that we've given the guys is the track can look very sparse right now, but there's so many different strategies to take into account, and since everyone has to do at least 8 laps on mediums and 5 laps on hards, Yeah, it's going to make for some interesting racing at the end. Ooh, Fox almost almost losing it there on those hards. Generally, for me, not really a good idea to go from softs to hards, just because there's so much less grip, man. How's Kenny doing here? Kenny doing well on his mediums as well, finishing his medium stint. Now going on hards. So he just did a really long stint on mediums, or did he pitch earlier? He may have. No, he didn't. So yeah, he just did a really long stint on mediums. Maybe trying to do one less pit stop than everyone else. We'll have to see how that works out. But this also means that Zivan is back in contention, passing back marker as well. What tires are back markers on? Let's just check. Back markers on mediums. So yeah, Zivan should have this. I'm pretty sure about that. Back to old Dan. Dan just putting in really quick laps every lap. So I think, yeah, he may be the one to win. Well, it really depends. He lost a lot of time being at the back of the pack, but he definitely has the pace to come from the back and win. So we'll see what he does there. Louis still stretching out his softs. 13 laps already, so yeah, in a very good position, 12 seconds ahead of Dan the Man, and just keeping it clean. His times are so consistent there. 32.5, 32.2, 32.4, 32.2, 32.2, 32.9. Compared to Dan, who's doing 31s pretty much every lap. So yeah, catching up fast to old Louis, but we do know that Dan still has to do the very slow compounds. So does Louis. So we'll see where that puts the guys. Almost halfway through the race, I see some battling happening. Yeah, Foxy now a little bit under pressure from Jafil. Those hards not treating Fox so well. I don't think it treats anyone well. But he should be close to his 5 laps that he needs to do on them. When did he pit? Lap 7. Yeah, so I guess he's got one more lap on these hards. Finally, Louis going in the pits, and Louis opting for hards now. Just putting Zivan back into contention there. Ooh. After that pit, it still puts Louis in front, so Dan will have to try and get past as soon as possible. Don't want to be held up by someone that's driving on hards. But Dan also sliding a little bit there. Ooh, Louis giving the spot, it seems. And we have a new race leader. Back to Fox. I'm sure he is probably pitting soon. Those hard tires are not fun to drive with. And Wolfman Willie making his way up the grid as well, managing to pass Vashi. What tires is Vashi on? Let's check quickly. So Vashi's on mediums, okay. So besides Zivan, that's the only it's the only person. I think it's only Zivan that's had car damage, which was unfortunate. We'll see where he ends in the race, because I think that cost him a lot of time. He had to finish those laps on the hards. But also doing pretty consistent times there. A couple in the 33s, but he's doing that on mediums, and 32s on mediums. So the pace is quicker than Louis Lom is on softs. And his fuel is running low as well. I wonder where the other guys are on fuel. Yeah, it looked like Louis also just did a splash and dash so he can just get rid of these hard tires. Yeah, Foxy also doing decent times with those hards, 33s and 34s. Yeah. Zivan is just on fire right now with those mediums. And back marker is still under pressure from Kendog. Did Kendog pits again, I think? Let's check. Yeah, it looks like he did pit sometime. When did he pit? But Kendog's on hards. Struggling to get past back marker there. So yeah, Kendog killing it with those hards. Back marker almost is the back marker right now, but he's still on his slowest compound. And Zivan pitted and still managed to get ahead of them. So yeah, or did he pit? Did he not put in fuel? It looks like he didn't put in fuel, unless I'm having a bit of a glitch. I may be having a glitch. I don't see why he wouldn't have put in fuel. Mind you, he did come out ahead of the other guys, so maybe he did not put in fuel. Yeah, something may have happened to Dan. Dan was ahead just now. But Louis keeping it strong ahead, unless Dan went to pit. His tires look really worn for going to pit. I don't think he pitted. Oh yeah, he had a terrible lap 16. I reckon he probably spun out. A 1 minute 42. So definitely had a spin out. Not so great with him. Because he still needs to do his hards and mediums, and looks to be struggling a little bit with the tires. The problem with this VGT or MR cars in general is, man, those curbs, you got to be so careful. But Wolfman Willie doing really good to catch up to the pack. Vashi not far behind him, and Vashi still on mediums. I'm not sure how many laps he still has left on those mediums. And I'm not sure if he's done his hard stint yet. But I see Kendog right on the back of Foxy. Is Foxy going to pit yet? Oh, Foxy did pit. He must have pitted the last lap or so. Now he's on mediums. And Dan finally deciding to pit. What is he going for? I want to go back to Zivan and just check. Okay, so Zivan does look like he put in fuel. I must have just had some sort of glitch. Looks like he will overtake Ken Dog. What is Kenny deciding to do? Is he on mediums or hards? Okay, so I think Ken has his tires out of the way. Softs it is. Mr. OG Ken Dog. Peter looking like he's having a long day, but he is on softs now. Hopefully he can pull it together. Again, I just love that livery. It's such a good livery, man. I want to see where Dan is. Dan opting for another set of softs. I think this would be his... maybe his last stint on softs. We'll have to see. Yeah, Jafil finally, after getting rid of his slow tires, seems to be making some good headway. And Louis now on his medium stint. So he did a hard and medium stint. Or he's busy with his medium stint, so he still has a really good chance to finish on a podium. If he does 8 laps here, I think he's... I don't know. I don't know if he can, how long he can stretch out those softs for in the end. We'll just have to see. And back to Mr. Zivan. How the time's looking there. 31.1. That's pretty good on softs, so yeah. He's going to have to play a big catch-up game, but I think he may be able to catch Fox. Fox being on the mediums now. Opting to start on softs in the beginning of the race, which made sense. He did start on pole. Yes, pretty much halfway through the race right now. And things are still going to get really interesting. It looks like Jafil is catching Vashino really quickly. Okay, Vashino is on mediums. Jafil doing decent times on those softs, all in the 31, so that's really good. And yeah, I'll need to speak to Dean. I'm not sure if we're going to give extra points to the drivers who get fastest laps. Maybe that's something to consider. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But so far been a really clean race as well, so really good to see from the guys. Pretty sure Jafil's going to pass Vashi soon. Vashi doing a good job of keeping his car as wide as possible. It's just that Hyundai has no straight line speed, so I'm sure Jafil's going to get past on the straight. If he can get a good run in slip there, which it looks like he does have. And in the time being, Dan the Man is catching up really quick as well. And Dan the Man doing another fastest lap, 1:30.5, so yeah, he's killing the times at the moment. I want to go back to Zivan, see where he is. Still doing 31s, so that's good. Good solid pace. Yeah, if Zivan can get into the top 5, he's probably at the race of the day, because I think at some point he was 13 or 14 seconds behind 9th place, so doing a really good job of getting the most out of the Subaru, which is a car that I really like on this track. Not the best straight line speed, but or top end speed, but definitely a decent car to get through this middle sector. It's definitely one of the fastest cars through the middle sector, as well as the Hyundais. It's just the top end on those Hyundais just kill it on the back straight. Ooh, Vashi really struggling with those hard tires right now. Zivan is definitely going to take advantage of that in this lap. And that's another thing about that Hyundai, it can brake so late, the brakes are so good. This looks like the battle to be at the moment. Ooh, Vashi just going a little bit wide there. Yeah, those hards are difficult to keep through that turn. But yeah, Zivan on his way for a top 5, that's for sure. Let's go back to Dan, see if he's catching. Yeah. I think Dan is the only one right now doing laps in the 130s, so definitely killing it. Jafil also a little bit on worn tires right now, so understandable that Zan's catching him so quickly. Jafil keeping it on the inside, nice move. Dan trying the outside. Ooh, a little bit of rubbing there, but that's fine. So I think Dan is the only driver currently on track that has not used the softer or the harder compound. So he really has to stretch this stint out. He only has 2 more laps actually, because he still has to do hards, and 5 hards and 8 mediums. That's going to be tough. Back to our back marker, taking it a little bit of a wider line there, it seems, in his Nesquik livery. Pretty cool livery. Let's get on board. With Ken Dog chasing back marker. Ooh, back marker gets the inside line. But Kenny right on the back of him. Malose, you have so many penalties, bro. What's going on? Okay, I see a pit stop happening. Jafil. He's probably going to go back on softs as we get into the latter parts of this stages of this race. Yeah, Jafil in a really good position actually. On fresher tires. But yeah, Zivan definitely going to try and get back at him as soon as possible. Ooh, it's just sliding a bit there. great drive from Zivan, coming from so far back. Same with Dan the Man. But I'm still curious to see what happens with Dan the Man. Still has those harder compounds to use, so... And that spin out definitely didn't help him either, so... Let's see where Foxy is. Foxy on his mediums. Which seems like forever. Like I said, if you're going to do a lot of stints on softs, you're going to have to do a lot more stops. But maybe some of the guys trying some strategies where they spend more time on the medium compound. We'll see if that works out for anyone. Mr. Vashino himself. Yeah, struggling a bit on those hards. Not fun to drive on. Where is Peter? Peter is falling far behind. But I believe he just has soft stints to do now, so we'll see where that takes him. Back to the leader. I think Dan has to pit now. I'm pretty sure he still has to, yeah. So he's going to need to get on the harder compounds now. What is he opting for first? Hards or mediums? Let's see where that's going to put Louis out. Louis having a great race right now. Is Dan going to come out ahead? He might just, I think. And no. Louis just getting out. Okay. So we still have a race on. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Dan to catch up to the guys on the slower compound. I'm not sure how well he's going to do there. Let's see where Wolfman Willie is. Also nearing the end of his stint, so yeah, Wolfie will definitely need to put at least one more time. Dan also needs to put at least one more time. In the grand scheme of things, still a really close race. I think the top, what's that, top 5 within 6 seconds, 7 seconds. So good to see from the guys. And everyone using varying strategies. Wolfie just under a little bit of pressure from Dan the Man. And Vashi now on his softs, so I wonder if he can do 12 laps on softs. I'm guessing the guys can do 12 laps on softs. I'll need to ask Foxy this later if he's doing just a longer stint on mediums. If that's what he opted for. If it is, it looks like it's working right now. Oh, look at that beautiful Red Bull helmet he's got there. Where's Ken Dog? Okay, Ken Dog's pulled quite a considerable gap to back marker. Malose, I really thought you were going to be mid-pack this race, bro. We were looking at changing your name, so come on, dude. Peter also just struggling a little bit. Not the best times on those softs. 32s, 33s. But Dan the man killing it for sure. What happened to Louis? Pitting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to go on softs now. Dan still has to pit, so... Yeah, Jafil on that soft account compound definitely catching up really quickly to Dan. Dan still needs to put on hards. That's going to be very tough to do. If I'm not mistaken, Jafil does not need to pit again, so... Could be a win here for Mr. Jafil. Curious to see where Louis comes out. Okay, yeah, Louis is on softs now. I'm not sure what the pit loss time is, but I think it is quite considerable on this track. I'm pretty sure Louis should get a podium, and looks to be driving that Peugeot pretty well as well, so... Vashi's advantage is that I don't think he has to pit again, and he's ahead of Louis, so probably also a podium position here, or one of them will be on podium. And it does look like Jafil managed to get past Dan, so in my eyes Jafil in the best position right now, if he can stretch those softs to lap 38. But Dan's still putting him under pressure. And Kenny in the pits again, so I'm pretty sure he's also going on softs. Yeah, definitely on softs. Where's backmarker? Is he going to be able to get close to Kenny? I don't think so. Backmarker now on racing hards. It's tough to do hards at the end of the race. Slowly burning those penalties, but that green AstroTurf just gives more all the time. Okay, I'm guessing Dan should be coming in this lap, which is going to make it really interesting for Foxy, Wolfman Willie and Zivan. Where's Zivan at the moment? Let's check. Yeah, he's sitting in a really good spot right now. So far for me, Zivan has had the race of the evening. Right on the back of Wolfman Willie. And Wolfie putting in faster sectors for himself, so not doing too bad. Let's check Foxy. Foxy's on mediums. So Foxy does have one more pit stop. And Dan should be coming into the pits now, I'm guessing. No. Unless he already did a hard stint, I'm not sure. May have. I mean a medium stint. Unless I missed it, I'm not sure. Oh no, sorry, he's on mediums. Okay, so he's got 3 more laps, I guess, then. Why did I think he was on hards? Zivan legit's putting a lot of pressure on Wolfman and managing to get past. That's the beauty of that Subaru. The braking is so good and it handles so well. Yeah, Zivan may just pass Dan the man when Dan goes to pit for his hards. I think it's going to be tight. Zivan putting in really consistent laps there as well. And did a 130 as well. So yeah, his pace not as great as Dan the man, but I think overall his pace has been good. Dan did have that one very big spin out which lost him, I think, 10 seconds maybe. So that could be to his detriment at the end. Just looking at that fuel, I'm not sure Jafil is going to be able to make it on that. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Wolfman Willie trying to catch up to Zivan again. Pretty sure both of them are going to the end. Like I said, both of them have a really good chance of passing Dan. And Dan will be on the hard tires. It's going to be very difficult for him to catch anyone at that point. And Louis now under a lot of pressure from Vashi. Going left and right. Is Vashi going to pull it off? It looks like he does. Almost. Oh! And Vashi just hits that green AstroTurf. Horrible. Which means Foxy managed to pass Vashi, and Foxy now on soft tires, so he should have some good pace on him right now. I think he may be able to take Louis. Louis got a little bit more worn tires. But Jafil just pulling that gap ever so slightly to Dan the man. It may be that both of them still have to do hards. If that's the case, Jafil's in a good position. 2.7 seconds ahead. But currently prime position is Zivan, so if he can put in a couple of good laps here, he may get ahead of them when they need to pit, which should be the end of this lap. Mr. Kendog also not doing too bad. 31s, 132 in that soft stint of his. And Mr. Nesquik himself now under pressure from Pitmeister. But does Peter have to pit again? I'm not sure. Probably not. Ooh, Peter lost a lot of time there. Not sure what he did. But yeah, okay, so Jafil has to go pit now. So I'm all eyes on Zivan. Let's see where it puts him. He has a really good chance of winning this race. It just depends whether he gets ahead of Jafil and Dan the man. Although both Jafil and Dan the man only have to put in a little bit of fuel, so yeah, I don't know if it's a 20-second pit time loss. We'll have to see. Oh yeah, they're coming out already, so... Okay, so Jafil back on softs. I thought that he had done his mediums and hards already, so yeah, this should be easy for Jafil to the end. And Dan the man just has to try keep it tight for this next 5 laps, knowing that his teammate there, Mr. Zivan, is catching up on softs. So will this be a battle on the last lap? We'll have to see. But of course, as we go along, Zivan's tires are going to wear a lot faster than Dan the man. Back to Louis. Yeah, I think Louis probably in a comfortable 5th spot there. This is probably how the race is going to end. I think maybe we'll see a change with Zivan and Dan the man. But Jafil definitely going to pull it from here, being on a fresh set of softs, low fuel. Let's see if he can put in a fastest lap as well. He may just be able to do it with such low fuel. Just messaging the other pool to tell them that their race might start a couple of minutes later. Is Zivan catching up? Yes, he is. This is going to be a close race in the end here. I think this is really what we've got to watch out for. How's Dan's times looking there? 33, 32, call it 33s. Zivan doing 31s. Oh, it's going to be close. And Jafil dominating. I think he started, what was that, 6th? So a really good race from him. But I'm afraid that Zivan is just gonna pip Dan the man. It does look like it. Just gotta get on board with Zivan. Forward, there we go. For the last few laps here. Both these guys just joined DMR, so yeah, good to see them fighting so hard. They probably should have been in pool 1, but because they couldn't take part in the qualifying, they had to start pool 2. Oh, is Zivan gonna pull this off? He may just. What a race. I think definitely race of the evening so far is Mr. DMR Zivan. Having that terrible damage at the beginning of the race, but still working hard and keeping those hard tires on while he had that damage. But yeah, Dan just had that spin out earlier in the race that cost him 10 seconds, so technically if he didn't have that spin out, he probably would have been in first place right now. But great drive from both these gentlemen. Let me see if there's any other battles brewing anywhere here. Maybe 6th place, 4th place. No real battles going on right now. Zivan just pulling away, doing a good job of it. As we head to the final lap of the race. Great race from all the gentlemen. Come on, Jafil, get that fastest lap, mate. You're on the lowest fuel, man. Can Wolfman Willie catch Dan the Man in the final lap? That's the question. Dan the Man looking like he's losing a lot of time. The advantage Dan has is his car will be pretty quick on that straight. So good to see some battles right at the end of the race. I'm not gonna, I can probably catch Jafil going over the line. Well done, DMR Jafil. First place in pool 2. Unless he bins it, I'm sure he won't bin it. Second, Zivan, freaking awesome drive, mate. Such a good drive. And final straight for these two for 3rd place. Is Wolfie gonna manage it? Wolfie does manage it. Wolfie 3rd, Dan 4th. Great drive from Dan as well. 5th, Foxy just behind them. Louis Lom just misses out to Vashino. Ken Dog in 8th place. We'll take that 8th. I missed the back marker, not the back marker today. A little bit of the back marker, but not too bad. In 9th place. And finally, DMR Pitmeister in 10th place. Cool, so yeah, we will move on to, I guess, the next race, which is the Pool 1 race. I am going to quickly show you who's in Pool 1 while I get out of this lobby and go to the next lobby. But yeah, so our Pool 1 drivers, DMR, Nitro Merlin, basically over the last 4 weeks out qualified everyone overall on average, so that's going to put him in pole position for this evening. Then we have DMRE Dino, probably our current fastest driver, and then DMRE Tyler Yui, also joined DMR last month, so will be exciting to see him in this race as well. Then DMR SMP3 Pro, DMR Jazz, TSM JDJ, DMR Snake, but I guess he wants us to call him Snooky. That's just what he's been saying in our chats lately, so we'll just call him DMR Snooky. And then DMR Damien Biss. So yeah, really cool. See these drivers. We are heading into the pool right now. Onto the lobby. Let's go in there. And there we are. It looks like everyone is in. And I'm seeing everyone on track. That's a good thing. I'm just gonna tell Dino to start when he is ready. And make sure I don't drop my mic. You can start, Dino. You can start. I guess I can say that. Send. Done. Send. Cool. So just again, we've got Nitro Merlin, Dino, Tyler Yui, SMP3 Pro, Jazz, TSM JDJ, Snakey, and Damien Biss in this race. Looks like a lot of guys opting for the Peugeot. Damien opting for the Hyundai. Tyler Yui also Peugeot. Peugeot looks strong here. TSM JDJ Peugeot. Dino in the Hyundai. Nitro Merlin in the Volkswagen Beetle. Jazz in the Peugeot. And SMP3 Pro in the Peugeot as well. So it will be an interesting race. I'm just messaging Dean that they can start. Dino, start the race. I don't know if these guys have a party open. Let me see if I can join their party. I don't really want to because actually I'm not going to. Okay, they're doing some warm-up laps and then we will start race 2, pool 1. Well, race 1, pool 1, but race 2 for the evening. And I can see immediately a lot of guys are using very different tire compounds. Some starting mediums, hard, softs, hard, mediums. As I said before, there's no quali for this race. The guys are manually set into a grid order. That grid order is determined by results in daily races or qualifying in daily races for the previous month, which was January. And yeah, all the times get put together, and the person on average with the best times is on pole. So in this case, Mr. Nitro Merlin, Mike himself, really quick driver, didn't really do any league races before he joined DMR. So it's really cool to see him join us now. He used to just play, as I understand, offline basically, and yeah, he's a really quick driver as well. And while these guys are doing their warm-up laps, I'll be back in just a second. I just need to get something to drink. Okay, the race is starting. Finally. This should be an interesting race. A lot of these guys are really close in terms of times. So yeah, I think those top three, Nitro Merlin, Dino, Tyler Yui, even SMP3 Pro, even TSM JDJ, all these guys could win this race. So it's going to be good to see. It's actually let's see from behind Nitro Merlin. Dino obviously warming up his tires there, but looks like a clean start. Dino right on the back of Nitro Merlin. I need to quickly get these tires back. Why don't I see it? Ooh, Nitro Merlin starting on hards. So Dino starting on soft. So Dino is going to need to try and get past Nitro Merlin as soon as possible. We saw with Zivan earlier, starting on the hards wasn't a bad idea. He managed to finish second from being right at the back, starting on hard. So let's see what Merlin can do with this. Tyler Yui also putting them under pressure. Tyler also opting to start on the hards. SMP3 Pro opting to start on the mediums, so, or the softs. So yeah, a good mix of what the guys are doing. Jazz starting on the mediums. A lot of Peugeots in this race. I guess it is probably one of the OP cars here. TSM JDJ opting to start on hards as well. So again, it's going to be one of these races where I don't know who's got what on. And finally, Snooky there on racing hards. So it looks like Dino did overtake. Let's see if we can catch that quickly. It looks like he overtook him before the last corner. So now it's really, Dino should be able to pull a bit of a gap here. SMP3 Pro is going to have to do something because both these guys are on hards in front of him. Ooh. Very close with all these Peugeots right now. Nitro Merlin doing a good job of keeping his car as wide as possible. But yeah, as I said, SMP3 Pro needs to try and get past these guys. Ooh, Jazz making a move. Is he making a move? SMP3 Pro has the inside line and the better tire. Very touch and go now. SMP3 Pro losing a lot of time. He doesn't want to be losing these times while he's on his softs. But Mr. Merlin keeping it nice and clean in front there, doing all he can to keep old Tyler behind him. Has the inside line for the first turn and manages to hold it as well. Mr. Taylor as well doing a good job of keeping SMP3 Pro behind, and right now it's still just one long slip train. Ooh, Jazz just causing Tyler to go wide there. Which brings Jazz down to 6th, and now we have TSM on his hards getting ahead of Taylor Yui. So yeah, I think the biggest loser in this fight right now is definitely Mr. SMP3 Pro. Let's go a little bit to the back of the pack. Jazz now going to be under a little bit of pressure from Damien. Damien on a bit of a better compound, I guess. It's just like those Hyundais just have no top end, man. They're really good in the second sector of, well, the first sector as well, but especially the second sector of this track. Snakey still on his hards. Probably has the best chance right now. He's not being held up. He can just do quick times on his hards. And only has to do 5 laps, so let's go back to Nitro. Nitro under pressure from TSM. TSM managing to pass him. TSM on a roll right now on those hard tires. Doing really well. And is SMP3 Pro going to get ahead of Merlin? He does. A lot of these guys are going to pit end of next lap, so it'd be really good for Stefan to get ahead of them. Meanwhile, Dino now pulling a 7.3 second lead because all those guys have been fighting in the back there, so they've been losing plenty of time. We saw the fastest lap from Dan the Man in the previous race was a 1:30.5, so I'm guessing the times here should be similar, maybe a little bit faster. TSM still holding it. And Merlin doing not too bad, just sticking with them. The best thing for him to do is actually to stick as close as he can to SMP3 Pro. It just means that he's going to give his softs more life in the end. So I'll be curious to see which one of these guys, if any of these guys, decides to go on mediums or softs next. I'm guessing if I was TSM JDJ, it might be a good idea to go on softs next, because he should have some clear air ahead of him after that. But Mr. Stefan needs to definitely get going. Pretty sure Jean TSM JDJ will be pitting now. And so he does. SMP3 Pro has a lot of catching up to do. Jazz opting to stay out, he's on mediums. Damien's also on mediums. So they already need to push this stint as well. They've got 2 more laps here. And it looks like Snake is going on softs and Jean is going on softs as well. Tyler opting for the mediums and Nitro Merlin the mediums as well. So they'll have a good, strong set of tires at the end of the race. Meanwhile, let's look at Dino. His tires still looking pretty good after 6 laps. But that's the nice thing about this Hyundai as well. It's pretty good on tires. You can just see those lap times from SMP3 Pro. Just being stuck behind those guys on hards just didn't do him any justice. Strange Nitro came out so far behind Tyler Uwe, but maybe, okay, yeah, so Tyler put in a little bit of less fuel than Nitro did, so Nitro might be able to catch him a little bit at the end. What is Snakey doing? Snake's also on softs, so he'll want to do what he can to get past Taylor in the next couple of laps. But I think this is who we need to watch. We need to see what TSM can do now that he's on softs. He's really got to take advantage of that. He also knows the guys in front of him will need to put in the next 2 laps. So if he can just do a strong stint for the next 2 laps, he should be pretty close to Dino later on in the race. Meanwhile, Dino's gap doesn't look like it's being increasing too fast against SMP3 Pro. I'm just curious as to how many laps they are going to do on these softs. Generally, these guys in the faster pools can manage their tires a bit better. So yeah, we'll see what they decide to do there. But Tyre Wear between Dino and SMP3 Pro is pretty much identical. It looks like Dino's tires are a bit better than SMP3 Pro, but of course he had to do a lot more defending and fighting early on. And Jazz looking very comfortable right now in 3rd and doing very decent times on those medium tires. Pretty sure he'll be coming to pits in this lap, as well as Damien. Damien also doing really good times there. 32s is what you want to probably be doing on these mediums. Low 32s, low to mid 32s. But TSM is catching them quickly. And just in time, because on that back straight, they should be going into the pits. And TSM currently with the fastest lap as well, so he is flying. Pretty sure he's going to be pretty close to Dino by the end of this race. I'm also curious to see what Dino does on his next stint. If I was Dino, I'd probably do another soft stint just to extend the lead a bit, so when he has to get on his slower tires he has a good gap. TSM taking a pass on Damien, ensuring he loses no time on the soft stint of his. Jazz deciding to do another lap on mediums, so he didn't need to do another lap on mediums, so that's pretty interesting. Damien as well, looks like he never went to pit, so he's doing another lap on mediums. So this is not that great for Jean, because it does mean he needs to pass Jazz, and hopefully he doesn't get slowed too much. But if we look at the gap in first, yeah, Dino just increasing that gap slightly to SMP3 Pro. Go back to Taylor, doing some really decent times with those mediums. 131s. Again, lost a lot of time in the beginning, but definitely making that time up right now. If he's doing 131s on his mediums, I'm pretty sure he'll do 130s on his softs. Snake struggling to actually keep up to Tyler. Tyler doing the same times on mediums as Snake is doing on softs. But what a nice livery. I like that livery from Snooky. I'm sure that's what you want us to call you, right, Michael? Cool. Jazz finally deciding to pit. Damien deciding to do another extra lap on, well, 2 extra laps then on mediums. So Jean is in a very good position right now. Ooh, only 6 seconds behind SMP3 Pro, and SMP3 Pro still has to pit. So yeah, good run from John right now. Dino is still extending that lead slightly. Dino and the TSM look like they're doing very similar lap times. But of course Dino's lost pretty much hasn't lost any time. He's been in front basically since the first lap, so best position to be in. And let's go to TSM. TSM definitely catching up to Mr. SMP3 Pro. These two, of course, are teammates in LNR team versus team. Oh, TSM doing another fastest lap, 1:30.6. And Damien doing another lap on mediums. So I'm not sure what his strat is. Maybe it is to do as little pit stops as possible, which is possible. So yeah, we'll see how that works out for him. But in the time being, Taylor Yui is catching Damien at a ferocious pace. Oh, that green AstroTurf is a killer. Jazz on softs now. Also needs to make a move as soon as he can on Taylor. Where's Nitro Merlin? Yeah, he overfueled for this stint, which means he'll need to put in a lot less fuel for the next one. Maybe he just fueled. Yeah, I'm not sure what his plan was, but Dino deciding to pit on lap 11. SMP3 Pro also pitting on 11. Dino now on mediums. Really curious as to where TSM comes out in the story. He should be behind Dino, but he should be able to catch him a bit in Dino's stint. TSM doing another 1:30.8, so he is flying right now. Compared to Dino's laps, he's a lot faster, so can he catch up those 8 seconds in the next 8 laps? Damien's still opting to stay out on the mediums. 12 laps so far. I'm pretty sure he's going to come pit soon. It can't be easy driving on those mediums right now. He's losing plenty of time. But yeah, I think he's probably opting to do one less pit stop, which is a pretty good idea. But yeah, SMP3 Pro right on the back of Damien. And Damien doing another lap. Yeah. Okay, so that's just one strategy we've got to check out for. I think he's the only one doing this kind of strategy right now. SMP3 Pro manages it. What about Jazz? Jazz has to get past as soon as he can as well. Losing a lot of time behind Damien. Damien has the inside line again. Ooh, Jazz sneaks it in there. Or does he? I just see lagging. Jazz is lagging. Let's go to Snake. Ooh, Taylor putting all sorts of pressure on these guys here. Damien has to come pit in now. I'm sure he's going to pit. He really does look like he's struggling on those tires right now. And he still has to do a hard stint. But close all around here. Nitro Merlin also in the mix suddenly. Back to Dino. It does look like TSM is catching, but not that quickly. Dino did a 1:31.2 on these mediums. That's really quick. And TSM still doing 1:30s. That is seriously a power stint from TSM JDJ. Jazz giving SMP3 Pro a lot of problems right now. Nitro Merlin also in actually a pretty good position right now. Done his hards, finishing his medium stint. Yeah, so we'll see where that puts him. Taylor Huey should be on softs right now, so he is. So this is his second stop. And he's got clean air in front of him, so I'm sure he's going to pump these lap times right now. There, immediately a 1:30.6. Great lap time. Dino's still doing low 1:31s. Really quick on those mediums. Jean is catching up. But not quick enough, I don't think. And we'll see when he decides to pit. He and Dino might pit on the same lap, I'm guessing, because they're doing alternate strategies, it seems. Damien opting for the hards. His strategy is the most interesting so far, it seems. If he can do one less stop, I wonder what a difference that will make, but we'll just have to wait and see for that. Taylor Yui just killing it right now. Catching up to Damien super quick. 1:31 flat. Really good time there as well. Pretty surprised how Dino is managing these times on the mediums, and pretty consistent. 31.6, 31.2, 31.3, 31.3. TSM now almost just doing about 3/10s faster than Dino. so his soft tires are definitely wearing off right now. But Dino still needs to put on his hards. TSM started with hards, I believe, so yeah, right now TSM looking like he's in the best position. Looks like Jazz got past SMP3 Pro. Nice to see Jazz on track again. He hasn't been racing much. Internet issues. He's waiting for fiber to be installed, and then he'll continue joining us in some league racing. But right now, I'm sure it's pretty frustrating for him. He pretty much gets DC'd out of most races. Merlin's still sticking onto Snake there. Snake on softs, Merlin on mediums. Merlin doing really well. Just very curious as to when Dino and TSM are going to pit. Taylor Yui has caught up to Damien, which is understandable. Damien is on hards, I believe. Yeah. But Damien's playing the long game, so I'm very curious in the strategy. Ooh, Damien just getting a tank slapper there. That Peugeot should have the pace down the straight. But that Hyundai has much better brakes. Taylor pulling it off. And Taylor, for everyone that doesn't know, is actually a kart and GT driver in real life. He drives a Porsche, I believe. So yeah, really cool to have a actual racing driver in our DMR team. Back to Dino, still not losing much time to TSM anymore. What times is TSM doing? Yeah, those soft tires are killing Jean right now. Yeah, he's doing one more lap on these softs. Dino in a really good position, but I think TSM has his hards out of the way, so really good stint from him. SMP3 Pro. Looks like he also, if I compare to Dino, overfueled a bit, so he'll do a lot less fueling. Ooh, Nitro Merlin in the pits. Damien in the pits. So Damien did a very short stint on hards and should be firing on softs now. The nice thing about all these different strategies is, like I said in the previous race, is it spreads the group a bit, but towards the end of the race, the group gets really close again. Dino lost a lot of time there. Now only 5.8 seconds ahead of TSM. Oh, Dino planning to pit now. TSM also needs to pit now. Ooh. this is going to be interesting. What is Dino going to do? Is he going to go on hards or softs? Jazz also doing another lap. SMP3 Pro also doing another lap on mediums. Interesting. So Dino doing the minimum required on mediums. And opting to get onto softs and TSM onto mediums. And just like that, the pack is getting closer together again. Where's Taylor U? I need to check where he is. He is doing decent times on his softs. TSM and Dino doing a little bit better on their softs, but at least he's gotten all the slow compounds out of the way. So yeah, he's in a good position right now. And SMP3 Pro still managing to stay close to the pack there. Just wonder how many laps he's going to be doing on these mediums. We do know he has to put in a lot less fuel because he did overfuel in his first stint. Ooh, Jazz just making it with basically zero fuel. Ooh, and TSM doing a really good lap on his mediums there, 131.5. Dino 131.2 on his softs. Dare I say it? I don't know. I think TSM may be able to take this race from Dino. Dino still has to put on hards. TSM just has soft stints left after this. Like that, Taylor U is back in the mix. Just ahead of Jazz. What tires is Jazz on? Let's check. Okay, Jazz is on hards, so guessing Taylor should be able to pull a little bit of a gap. I'm not sure how many laps he still can do on these softs. The car is going a little bit sideways. And Damien now on his softs, not doing bad lap times. Not doing the times TSM or Dino is doing, but definitely if he can do one less stop, that's going to be a massive advantage for him. Nitro Merlin as well, doing some proper laps. I saw that one lap was a what? I think it was a 130.6. But yeah, Dino just with the fastest lap now, 130.4. So now we're in the territory of beating the fastest laps from Pool 2. Ooh, and Merlin on a purple sector there. Looking very comfortable in this Volkswagen. Let's see if he can snatch a fastest lap here. He definitely has the pace. And looking very smooth. Let's see what this next sector is. Ooh. Yeah. Doesn't look like he's going to manage to get that fastest lap. Although that Hyundai is very slow on this back straight, so maybe he can catch up some time here. He's definitely catching up to Jazz, who's on his hard stint right now. .130.8, not bad. And now Taylor Uwe seems to have passed SMP3 Pro, so he is on a roll right now. Looks like he lost some time in the last lap. Probably some battling. But SMP3 Pro, I think, is on hards. Yeah, so he's on hards, so it's a bit understandable. I just love all the different strategies that are involved here. It's really cool to see. Let's go back to Dino. Dino now 5 seconds ahead of TSM. But Dino still has to put on hards. TSM currently on his hard stint. On his medium stint, sorry. And doing decent times on those mediums. Managed a 31.1, which is very quick. Now Taylor just pulling a little bit of a good gap from him and SMP3 Pro. Ooh. Sliding a little bit over there. Tires are looking a bit worn. Where is Nitro Merlin right now? Okay. Right on the back of Jazz. He caught up to Jazz really quickly. Squeezing Jazz over there and managing to get past. Does look like Jazz wanted him to get past as well. But let's see if Mr. Merlin can catch up to SMP3 Pro. Meanwhile, Damien's still doing really good times on those softs. Managed also there a 130.6, which is really quick. Still very curious as to how his strategy will come together. Dino extending that lead just ever so slightly. Taylor Uwe 15 seconds behind Jean, but they both need to pit soon. Let's go to TSM. Yeah, I think he still has three or four laps left on this medium stint. Yeah, Mr. Nitro Merlin definitely flying at the moment. Has already caught up to SMP3 Pro. And I expect an overtake soon. SMP3 Pro making that car as wide as possible. Ooh, just hitting that AstroTurf, which is never fun. You cannot do any braking on that AstroTurf. And Mr. Pro into the pits. So he's done both his hard compounds. Ooh, Jazz coming in, but Jazz having a lot more fuel than Mr. SMP3 Pro. Mr. Damien on his own strategy right now. Does Jazz come out ahead? Yes, he does. Don't know if it's because of saving more fuel, but he definitely had a lot more fuel than SMP3. John probably getting towards the end of his stint soon. If I'm not mistaken, he pitted on lap 19 or 20. I think it was lap 20. Actually, it was lap 19, I think. One of the two. Cool. Now with Taylor in the pits, Nitro Merlin may get past him. Also having done both his harder compounds. So yeah, absolutely flying right now. Could be a top 3 for him, I think, as well. But these guys are so closely matched. It's actually difficult to know who's going to end where. Yeah, as the strategies play out, I think we're only really going to know in the last 5 to 10 laps of the race what's really going on. Meanwhile, Dino, I'm not sure how many laps he's got left. I think he can do still plenty on those tires. Those tires look basically new. And John is now getting into the pits. Both his hard compounds finished. Bear in mind that Dino still needs to do at least 5 laps on hards. We'll see where that pushes him out. I think TSM is on his last stint, so he really has to push this. Yeah, I'm guessing Merlin needs to do one more. Yeah, he definitely needs to do one more stop. His fuel looks just about finished. Damien also looks like he needs to do a stop. But I'm guessing Taylor Yui is on his last stint, as well as SMP3 Pro. And Jazz as well, and Jazz is sticking to SMP3 Pro. It all comes down to when Dino is going to pit and what's going to happen with him on his hard tires. But I think Jean can put in some power laps here. He could probably take this race. And let's see, maybe he's going to put in a fastest lap as well. Okay, Nitro Merlin in the pits. Where does that bring him out? Damien also in the pits. Taylor Yui looking really strong for that third spot right now. Mid-pack looks like it's getting very busy. Jazz just passing Mr. Merlin. And they will just keep battling it out. And I'm sure that battling is a good sight for Mr. SMP3 Pro, getting to pull a little bit of a gap from the guys. Question is whether he can catch up to Taylor. Taylor's looking really fast right now, but I'm curious on TSM. Yep, yeah, he's flying right now. 130.2, fastest lap. Yeah, I think Dino's in trouble. Dino still has 3 laps left before he has to pit for his hards. And if TSM can catch up to about 5 to 3 seconds of Dino, he should be able to pass him in the last couple of laps. Bearing in mind, Dino will probably be on very low fuel for that last stint, but the hard tires are just so slow, at least in Gran Turismo Sport, compared to the soft compound. So yeah, looking like all the guys in this pool have managed to get into the 130s at some point. Which shows that the ranking system is maybe kind of working, or at least the qualification system, if we compare it to Pool 2, where we only had, I think, 2 guys that got in the 130s. But SMP3 Pro and Taylor UE looking very similar on lap times at the moment. But TSM definitely catching up to Dino. It's going to be a fight at the end, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure about that. Just had a terrible last lap, almost a second slower than his previous lap. He does not want to be... Ooh, that was a hectic corner cut, that. I don't know how he did not get a... Oh, he did get a penalty. I was just about to say. Yeah, he is losing too much time right now. He should try and do as best he can. Dino is now pulled away a little bit again. So Dino just keeping it consistent. Those times are all within 2-3 tenths of each other. At the end of the next lap, Dino needs to pit. Yeah, another not so great lap from TSM JDJ. He's basically lost 2 seconds in the last 2 laps. And those are seconds that he needs to catch up to Dino, so he can be close to Dino when Dino gets out the pits. I think the pit loss is about 17 seconds or 15 seconds with some fuel, I'm not sure. So at this point TSM might be a little bit far out. Meanwhile, we're still having a battle here between Jazz and Nitro Merlin. Merlin looking like he's picking up the pace a little bit again. And also seems to be catching up to SMP3 Pro, so that's really good. Taylor's still hitting those consistent lap times there. The gap between him and the SMP3 Pro is pretty much the same. Is Dino going to pit now? I think he has to pit end of this lap, yeah. Okay, Jean must have had a better lap there, or Dino had a terrible lap. 1:31.5. Oh yeah, Jean had a 1:30.5, so definitely caught up a lot of time there. Yeah, those previous two laps just killed it a little bit for him. But Dino's going to struggle on hards in the end there. It's not going to be easy to keep Jean behind. I believe Dino is the last person to pit, so and it looks like he will need to put in some fuel as well. Yeah, Dino coming out the pits now. Considerable lead. But can he hold that lead for the next 5 laps? TSM will have to push. TSM should be able to do at least 2 seconds quicker than Dino can do on the hard. So it is a possibility it comes up to the last lap. Meanwhile, SMP3 Pro slightly catching up to Taylor. The real fight I want to see is right here. Jean already catching up 2 seconds in this lap. It's not easy to go from softs to hards as well, so that might be a struggle to adapt with Dino. Hopefully by this time next month there's some guys giving comments in, "Oh, John, keep it together." While we are streaming this, it feels really weird recording this and not doing it live. I'm doing it live, but no one else is watching it live, of course. So yeah, from the next race, it'll definitely be live streamed. Four laps to go. Can Jean get there? That is the question. It looks like he's catching up pretty quickly, but those 2 or 3 laps he wasted earlier really cost him. But he's definitely catching up fast, man. I just think it's a little too late. Those extra 2 seconds would have put him about 5 seconds behind Dino right now, and that's probably more realistic over 3 laps to catch him. But yeah, 7 seconds right now is a difficult task. Seven seconds, 3 laps. Can he do it? I don't know. Let's check back at Taylor Yui. SMP3 Pro inching his way. Nitro Merlin getting into the mix there, it seems. Merlin looking really strong right now. Very strong. So a couple of position changes could still happen in the next couple of laps. Squealing tires everywhere. Yeah, I think Dino should take this. 2 more laps to go. I don't think TSM can catch 6 seconds unless Dino makes a horrible mistake. So I reckon this is the fight that is going to take us to the end. I think Nitro Merlin may be able to do it. He is inching closer each lap. He is in slipstream now. Great race from Mr. Merlin. In the slip, just isn't in that 2/10 position, but looks like he can have the run on SMP3 Pro in this straight. That Peugeot just looks like it's got legs. SMP3 Pro going defensive there. And this is just allowing Taylor Yui just to keep that gap away while Mr. Merlin is keeping SMP3 Pro busy. Can Merlin do this? Ooh, looks like he has a really good run here. It's exactly where you want to be. The question is SMP3 Pro going to take that inside line? Probably. He does opt for it. Forcing Merlin to go on the outside. Does he keep it together? He does. Well done, Merlin. Made it. And made it look easy from the outside. That's a tough corner to take someone on the outside. But can Stefan come back? Quickly going to second place. Yeah, TSM just too far out. Let's go back to this battle here. Because SMP3 Pro may just take him on the last straight if he can stay close enough. Still in slip, but the tires are obviously feeling it right now, and his fuel looks really low. I hope he can make it to the end. Yeah, it looks like Nitro Merlin is going to take that 4th spot. Great race from him. And almost catching Tyler Yui. May have the run on him here. Is in slip. I think Taylor is just a little bit too far out for him to catch him before the end of the line. So TSM came first. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? What happened? What happened? Well done, TSM. Jeez, something must have happened to Dino on that last lap. I just assumed he was going to win it. Great race, TSM. Jeez. Yeah, I wonder what happened to... Oh, Dino got damage. Or did he get damage? Oh no, that was from earlier. Let's quickly check these race results. I think it was really close. It was 2,000th of a second. Well done, TSM JJ, and taking the fastest lap as well. Great race, gentlemen. What a great race. Yeah, so this is our DMR ranking races. We'll have them once a month. So yeah, tune in to the next one. The next one will be completely live, so we can interact with you guys through comments and so on. This initial one just had to be recorded without a live stream, just because YouTube have this weird thing where you have to wait 24 hours before you can live stream if you open a YouTube channel. So yeah, that was the problem. I'd like to just save this replay and check later what actually happened between Dino and TSM JDJ. But yes, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to tune into the next one, which should be the first Monday of the next month. So the first Monday of every month we'll have these races, and yeah, we'll see how the pools change over the year. Thanks for tuning in, and see you on the next one.